up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and let's recap and review Real Housewives of Potomac. I wish it was Beverly Hills. Real Housewives of Potomac. This is season 8, episode 9. So let's get into it, y'all. So before we get into it, I got some things to say. So Potomac, oh, how the mighty have fallen, and they have fallen fast, and they have fallen hard for a lot of people. Potomac for me used to be that girl, and mind you, I've been watching Potomac since season 1, when Giselle had that ungodly Beyonce Bayang wig, when Karen had her old face, when Candice had them thick pageant wigs. You know, Monique was folding them humongous drawers of her ex-husband. Robyn only had 12 cents in her bank account, and Ashley was out here selling kangaroo and ostrich meat down in Alexandria or Annandale, one of the A cities in the DMV area. And Sharice had a boyfriend that was a firefighter and she wanted a champagne room. So I've been here since the beginning, and I really enjoyed Real Housewives of Potomac, but now it's not fun to watch anymore. Like, don't get me wrong. When we were talking about all of the conversations about colorism and stuff, was it fun? No, but I felt like some of the conversations we were having online were productive, because I did see people, like, while people were having conversations, really like think about things and be like, oh, dang, like I didn't think about it that way. But now we're here and it's just like, ugh. You know, like, it's just, the fact that I used to really enjoy watching this show to now I'm just kind of like, let me get this out the way sucks. It really does. And I mean, I'm going to finish the season because I started it off. I think there's only been one show I reviewed and I stopped, and that was like that Dancing Queen show Bravo had. Girl, you know that show went down the drain because I think I only saw episodes 1 and 2. And then I stopped seeing any promotion about it. Honestly, Dancing Queens was meant to be on TLC. They probably, like, that kind of show, their audience probably would have been better suited for TLC. Because it didn't hit with Bravo. It just, you got to give us more. And it was taking them too long to get to the drama as well. Like, there was drama, but not enough of it. And the girls weren't that interesting. That too. But yeah, like, I honestly feel like it's production's fault that we are at this moment where we are. Like, I would say it's 70% production's fault and 30% the ladies' fault, because the ladies can only do what production allows them to, because production is their boss. But production has just allowed this show just to be what it is. And the issue is we continue to, like, give them the idea that this is okay because we keep watching the show. And the thing that sucks is that, like, I feel like if they could have got rid of people last season, they should have. Even though I kind of was interested to see how this cast moves forward, when they started filming and realized they weren't going to get anywhere with this cast, then we should have just fired everybody or took people out and ushered in new people, in my opinion. I've tweeted something about how, like, I feel like the reason why this show doesn't hit anymore is because a lot of the girls on here are starless. Shout out to Nene Leakes. I thought what Nene said about the girls when she did her interview with Carlos King was harsh, but she wasn't lying. Like, I feel like we've had long-standing feuds on Bravo. You know, Teresa and Melissa's thing is still going on, but I don't think in this season, because I really think they committed to, like, being on opposite sides of the group. But their feud has been going on for forever. Kenya versus Nene went on for forever. But you had people you had large personalities. Like, we had funny moments with the ladies. We had ups and downs that were, like, heartfelt, and then we thought they were getting back together, but they didn't, and then they fell out. I felt like their beefs did not become stale until we hit double-digit seasons, like seasons 10 and 11. For Potomac to only be on season 8 and it's stale already, and the group is so fractured that, like, there's nobody in the middle that can really bring them back together. I just think it's time for us to move on very swiftly, and let's move on. That's just how I feel right now, because I'm just like, this episode was it was and I just hate that. I hate that for Potomac. I just hate it because it used to be good. All right, y'all. Now that I got my rant out the way, I gave my thoughts. Let's talk about this episode. So the episode opens up and we still in Austin, and I feel like they played Austin because one of my best friends lives in Austin, and anytime I talk to her about, hey, what y'all doing with down there, she always seems to have something fun and cool to do. Like, all y'all could come up with in Austin was going to chicken, you know what, bingo, and then canoeing, and now we painting Dollar tree like easels, canvases, portraits of Karen. Like, this is all y'all could give us. Like, this is all y'all could give us down in Austin. And my thing is, like, I'm hoping this is not the cash trip, because if it is, this is embarrassing, because everybody else is at least going to, like, the girls in Miami, Palm Beach, they went to the beach. That house was beautiful. Okay. They did croquet. They like, and then you got the girls went to Las Vegas. I'm like, all y'all could give us was Texas, and it wasn't even fun. Like, this wasn't fun. But this is where I say production sucks and is not doing their job, is because while Giselle and Ashley, because that's where they decide to paint the portraits, they're fixing up Ashley's room and they're doing like the easels. And mind you, they didn't even set up the easels correctly. Like, I mean, they did, but like, as someone who paints from time to time, the easel was too high, and then the ladies were sitting too low. You got what's her name, Robyn, with a cup of like paint on her thigh, so the table wasn't even high enough for them to like just get it and paint. They had to get it was tacky and it was raggedy, and I was just like, what happens if someone drops paint on the ground? Like, because normally in hotel rooms, at least if you're not near like an actual beach, because normally at the beach, it's unless it's a raggedy hotel, they got carpet. Normally it's not carpet, it's normally tile. But it's just kind of like, what if they drop the paint on the carpet? Y'all got to pay for that. So I'm just like, this was a stupid idea. But while they're setting up in Ashley's room, Giselle asks Ashley about like her mom, like how she doing, and Ashley lets it be known that she hasn't been to her mom's new house in 2 years. And I'm like, how come we haven't honed in on that? Why are we just now figuring out? Because we saw Sheila in her wig in the beginning of the season, and I'm just like, why are we not talking about you and Sheila and the issues that you have with Sheila's husband or her man, and you haven't been to her home in 2 years? And it seems like Ashley is just uncomfortable or just genuinely does not like Sheila's husband or her boyfriend. I think he's her boyfriend. And we found out this is the same man that 5 years ago, when I actually agree with that pasty, wet looking demon of a man that Ashley is still married to, that we know she's not gonna get a divorce from, was telling Ashley that, like, I'm not paying for no other grown man, no able-bodied grown man that's living with your mom that's not providing for her. I'm not buying a house for your mom and her and your sister, and there's a grown man living in that house and he's not contributing. And I didn't fault him for that, because I'm like, why can't he help you? Why are you girl? So then Ashley says this is the reason why she didn't want to like mimic the relationship of her mom, because she was like, he cheated on her. I'm like, well, you got with Michael. And he was constantly like putting them like in financial like issues. And so, I mean, the only thing she got right is that she got with a man that wouldn't leave. Well, I don't know. Michael would leave you broke, destitute, and out on the curve. But I guess she feels as though he won't do it now that she has the boys. But I guess she just wanted to be with someone that was financially stable. But it's funny that she didn't want to mimic her mom's relationship, but she actually did, just with a man with a different tax bracket. Because you're telling us that this man like cheated on your mom and he always had financial issues. You got with Michael, he cheats on you, and anytime he feels like you're not doing what he says or he don't want to be with you, he kicked you out. I have not forgotten that season where you was lugging your luggage along and throwing it into your like 2-seater car because Michael threw you out the penthouse and you had to go find a small apartment. So it's like you did technically mimic the same relationship. You just did it in a different way, in my opinion. So I just feel like, why haven't we honed in on that? Why hasn't production been following that? Because I know they know that Ashley and her mama don't get along. The fact that Ashley's mom wasn't at the housewarming party and there were all these other people there says a lot about where the relationship is at for me. Because if I got a house, like if I got a house and I had a housewarming party, I probably would have like a party with my friends and then one with my family. But it seems like that party was for everybody to come, and Ashley just didn't invite her mama. All right, y'all. So while Ashley and Giselle are upstairs preparing for the ladies so they can do that cheap painting thing, we have Wendy, Candice, and Karen at the bar. And while they're at the bar, you have, Nneka, Mia, and Robyn in the pool. So let's talk about Robyn, Mia, and Nneka. So Robyn, Mia, and Nneka. Mia brings up how like she's having a good time, but she's kind of had some weird moments. And she brings up about the conversation that she had when they went to the distillery with Wendy, Karen, and Candice, and about the mom and how she talks about how in Catholicism there are shrines, which there are. Like Nneka was kind of showing that she's ignorant to other people's cultures and religions to me, because I'm like, even in Christianity there's shrines. Even if you like, here's the thing if you set up a memorial for someone, that's a shrine. If you go to it and talk to the memorial, I know a lot of people's sons and daughters who have passed away like in war, they will have like a portrait of their child in their uniform with the flag folded into like the triangle, and like their medals or like things that is theirs that they remember them by, like baby photos, and they go and clean it every day. Same with people going to graves. It's like people have shrines in their home, like shrine. And I feel like shrines can be a good thing and can be a bad thing depending on who and what you are praying to and for. So I don't think it's that big of a deal that what they're trying to make it. I mean, granted, do I believe that Mama Susie cussed out Lebe and Nneka on the phone? Yes, I believe that lady called and said, "You messing with my child? I don't like it." Because the way she wrote that post about Mia, about she was gonna rain down Holy Ghost hellfire, I said, "Oh, that lady be cussing people out in the name of Jesus." And I didn't even fault her for that. I thought she did too much, but who am I to tell someone who sees their child being beat up on to like how I should dictate their reaction to the situation? And even in this situation, I think two things happened at once and gave us this. I think that Mama Susie did call Nneka, or Lebe, but I also think that Wendy, because this is what they've been saying on, like, you know, on the Twitter streets, on the YouTube streets, is that production had asked Wendy to introduce Nneka because they somewhat had a connection because they roll in the same community. And like I told y'all, the African community, especially the Nigerian and the Ghanaian community in DC, is humongous. Like I feel like everybody know everybody to a certain extent. And we also saw pictures of Wendy's sister, Ivy, hanging out with Lebe because they used to be friends. So they probably met Nneka and her husband in passing, but didn't know her. But I feel as though production wanted Wendy to help, you know, usher her in. And what a lot of people have been saying is that production reached out to Wendy allegedly to have her introduce Nneka. She said no because she had an issue with the way production handled the whole situation between her and Mia with the drink throwing and the purse hitting and stuff, and was just like, yeah, I'm not about to help y'all because y'all didn't help me. So I guess it got back to Nneka that Wendy wasn't willing to like introduce her to the show, and maybe Nneka started to speak disparagingly about Wendy and felt like, oh, Wendy doesn't want me on the show because I'm another Nigerian and this and this and that. And then I think it also didn't help because they probably heard that Nneka was talking through the grapevine, and Wendy probably was talking too. And then you add on top of that the whole Osu situation with Ashley, and I think it just turned into this. That's what I'm thinking. Because I feel like even though Nneka said that this situation happened 2 weeks before they met each other at Ashley's housewarming, I was like, Nneka, that makes you look weird. Because why are you bringing this up then? If you and Wendy, like if Wendy's mama cussed you out on the phone 2 weeks before, you should have went into that situation being like, hey girl, like I know we know each other in passing, but why your mama called me cussing me out? My cousin such and such told me this how I'm getting. So I'm like, you set this scene up really badly. Again, like I said, I believe that Wendy's mama did it. I believe my mama Susie give that she about that life. I told y'all she give that she's still of the world. Okay, if you're not Christian, you didn't grow up in a Christian household like I did, you don't know what of the world. But Mama Susie still give like she of the world, and you test her, she might two-piece you in the mouth. So I believe Mama Susie called that lady up and said, you talking about my child and I will end you. I feel like she did. But I do feel like the way Nneka handled this situation is very poorly. Like, you should have just had a one-on-one sit down with Wendy and talk to her, because when y'all met at the party, y'all were cool. Y'all both acted like y'all ain't know each other. So Robyn gonna open her mouth talking about, I feel like she's deflecting, and that's like people want to make it about themselves. And then she was like, her family's being attacked, but well, my family's being attacked. Robyn, your family's being attacked because of you. Honestly, people are just attacking you and that man that you decided to marry again, who already showed you he didn't care about you. So I feel like people are just attacking your stupidity. And the fact that you're friends with Giselle, who is a gutter snipe. So like I said, there was two conversations going on. So we have Candice and Wendy and Karen at the bar. And so they're talking, they're laughing about the whole paint thing. They're talking about like, I'm not painting my vagina. They start talking about waxing, because I think Candice asked Karen, does she still get waxed? Karen is 60 years old. Karen is not spreading her legs wide so the wax lady can put the stuff and rip it. She's not doing that. I don't even think Ray cares if there's a bush down there. I just think he probably would want her to swing that thing for her, for him just a couple of times. But they're talking. While they're talking, they're asking Wendy like how she's feeling about like being around Nneka and all this stuff. And Wendy was like, I kind of feel funny not telling y'all this, but we find out that while they were on the plane to come to Austin, I guess her mom had to be admitted into the hospital, and they're doing an endoscopy surgery to see like what's going on, because she was having issues with her stomach. And so Wendy says that's kind of been weighing on her, even with the whole Nneka situation. And I feel like Candice said, you can't conflate the two. Your issues with Nneka don't really have anything to do with your mom being sick. Now, granted, you probably feel a little bit sensitive because it's like y'all are talking ill about my mom. My mom is sick. Like, yeah, plus it's like moms are touchy subjects, especially if it's a mom like that you have a close relationship with and you rock with. That is a very touchy subject for a lot of people. So I feel like either way, Wendy was going to feel some type of way, but I didn't get her trying to say like her mom being sick and then the next, it didn't go for me. It didn't work for me. So they go upstairs to paint Karen. I fast forwarded. I didn't care. The moment I saw Robyn put that that cup of paint on her kneecap, I said, I'm not watching this. So I fast forward through it. So we find out that the girls are going to a drag show in Austin. I actually saw pictures of people that went to the show just because they knew the girls from Potomac were going to be there. And it was cute to see people with their pictures. They seemed really excited to see the ladies. But before they go to the drag show, they actually go out to dinner. Mind you, these outfits were... First of all, what did Ashley have on? Girl, I thought Candice looked okay, but I don't get what Robyn had on either. I didn't understand the blazer. I thought the color was cute, but the blazer, like, Wendy was leading the pack when they did that whole them strutting in, like, you know, walking up down the alleyway or the walkway to the, what's it called? To the restaurant. But I hate this new glare jumpsuit. I really do. I really do. And somebody on Twitter, let me find it, y'all. Because somebody on Twitter was like, we're tired of this. I said, I'm tired of this jumpsuit. Because Wendy is not the only person who's worn this tired jumpsuit. I think Tamara has worn it. Dang it, did I delete it, y'all? I might have deleted it. But I'll find it. But I think Tamara's worn it in her confessional. Larsa has worn it. I think we saw Lisa wear it. It's like so many people have worn this jumpsuit to the point where, like, I don't want to see it on my screen anymore. It's the same thing with that pink Gucci dress, that blazer dress. We saw Erica Jane wear it. We saw Lisa Rinna, and then we saw Robyn wear it. Like, whoever is styling the girls. Because I need there to be a Real Housewives group chat full of the stylists. And I need y'all to put in there like, oh, she going to be wearing this outfit, this outfit, this outfit, this outfit. Or she going to wear this outfit. Wait till maybe like 3 months into the season, then wear the outfit again. Like, I hate this jumpsuit. I hate this jumpsuit. Like, when it first came out, I thought it was like, okay, this is cute. After a while, I don't want to see it no more. Burn it. Burn it, burn it, burn it. So while they're at dinner, they all sit down. They're all talking about what it's like to be in Austin. And then I think Wendy makes a joke about, I think someone asked Mia, like, how are you doing? Are you doing well? Is everything okay? You know, because they were like, oh, you know, you've gained a lot of weight and it looked like it's going to your butt. And she was like, well, yeah, when I was sick, I was losing a lot of weight. Girl, when you were sick, I'm going to let you have it with Mia. I'm going to let you have it. But she doesn't share with the ladies, but in her confessional, you know, she talks to us about how she feels like Gordon is changing. He's becoming very hardened and that she's just like, he's changing and she doesn't want to be with someone that's allowing money to turn them. And I find that weird coming from Mia when we know you married Gordon for his money. I'm not hating on that. Get it how you live. Like I told y'all when I spoke about Gordon and Mia getting a divorce, I don't feel bad for Gordon. Here's the thing. I don't believe people should stay in relationships if they're not happy. If Gordon wasn't happy with his second wife and decided to get with Mia, that's all well and cute. But the streets is saying that he cheated on his second wife with Mia, allegedly, and then got with Mia. When Gordon and Mia got together, Mia was like 27, 26, and Gordon was like in his 50s. You've had to know that someone that's 26 or 27 or damn near 30 years younger than you is only marrying you because you have the monetary means to give them the lifestyle that they want. So I don't feel sympathy for anybody knowingly going into a relationship knowing what it is. You wanted to be with Mia because she was pretty. She was the light-skinned young thing with the big wagon at the strip club where she performed in dresses. And Mia got with you because you was the man with the means and the money. And now you have no means and you have no money. And she with some boy that looked like your son. That boy looked just like Gordon, but a younger version. But Mia's whole thing is like, yeah, she feels like Gordon is changing. And she She don't know it. She hates it. And maybe it does have something to do with the guy that unfortunately unalived himself. Maybe that like shocked her and put things into perspective. I don't know. Normally when serious situations like that happen, you never know how that can affect everybody involved. So maybe Mia is kind of shocked at the fact that this has hit her in such a way that she's just kind of like, yeah, money ain't everything. Who knows? So let's talk about this scene that had Twitter on fire yesterday. So Candice versus Robyn. While they're sitting at the table, everyone's ordering stuff. Ashley kicks it off by being like, oh, I hope you all are having a good time. But Candice, I want to talk to you about you and Robyn. They do a flashback scene where Candice is in the car crying once they leave in chicken, you know what, bingo. And Ashley is like, Candice, I'm kind of confused because it's like you were talking about her on social media, but then you want to have a conversation with you. You should have had a one-on-one conversation with her. And Candice was like, I've tried to have a one-on-one conversation with her, but she never reached out to me. And so I think Wendy tries to chime in and say, like, is there a way for y'all to have like a private conversation or a one-on-one conversation? And Robyn is like, no. But then she starts to have the conversation because like before they even got to this point, Candice tried to shut the conversation down with Ashley. Like, I don't want to have this conversation with you. I don't want to talk about this with you. I don't want to do this here in front of all these people. Let it go. But they didn't let it go. So then Robyn starts, even though Robyn shut Wendy down when Wendy was trying to say, like, I just think y'all should have like a conversation. She then starts to have the conversation with Ashley that's sitting next to her about how she feels like what Candice has done is unforgivable and that she's weaponized social media to attack me and my family. And Candice is like, so me speaking about how you guys have spoke disparagingly, like y'all said disparagingly and disrespectful things about my family and my husband is me weaponizing social media. Like, we all talk about stuff online. You got Giselle being in the amen section going like, oh yeah, Giselle is a coward. And all of y'all that stand Giselle are weird to me because that lady gives us nothing. Y'all claim she's the Queen of Potomac, and the only reason why y'all think y'all say that she's the Queen of Potomac is because everybody is up that lady's ass. But to me, a queen would stand in it and would not back down from people that she thinks is beneath her. She would have been arguing with Candice. She would not be holding to this whole thing of being quiet and not engaging with Candice. I think that's cowardly and weak behavior because a queen normally wants an adversary or a qualified opponent, and Candice gave it to Giselle and she's never recovered. You can say that the whole thing about what she said, I'm calling Giselle a white privileged woman. Giselle is white adjacent. We're not going to act like colorism doesn't exist, that y'all will absolve Giselle of certain things because of her lighter skin and because you think she's pretty. We can't act like that does not happen in the real world. We're not going to sit here and act like that doesn't happen. The issue is y'all give Giselle too much credit. I hate that y'all compare Giselle to Kenya because Kenya would have argued with Candice because she would have felt like Candice was a worthy adversary to spar back and forth with. And she would have known that like she could get Candice. Giselle can't get Candice. So her response is don't talk to her, don't engage. Because she's stupid and weak. She's mediocre and y'all go up for it and it's lame as hell to me. It's so lame. So, like I said, Giselle's in the amen corner. You then got Candice being like, y'all are always moving the goalposts. Like, she was slamming on the table. And then Robyn is like, ugh, and gets up and leaves the table. Mind you, Robyn started yelling first. And then Candice just matched the energy. And so Robyn leaves. You have Mia be like, y'all, I think we're all being crappy friends. She's really going through a lot of stuff. Nneka in her confessional talking about Candice just won't take any ownership of what she's done. Shut up, lady. You only been here for 2 seconds. And Robyn leaves to go sit in somewhere else in the I'm about to say hotel, but in the restaurant. My thing about it is y'all want everyone to rally behind Robyn and support her. But Robyn, like Karen said, she keeps telling us she's okay. So what is there to support? If you only tell a certain percentage of the group that you're struggling, why would you think people that you have beef with or issues with care about you struggling? I know I wouldn't if I ain't like you. Like, so they're just like, I'm just like, okay. So while they're at the table, just Wendy is just telling Candice, like, I think y'all just need to talk, have a one-on-one. And Candice was like, well, I was trying to have an adult conversation with her, but she didn't want to be an adult. And I feel like neither one of y'all was being adults. But so Robyn is out, like, sitting by herself calling Juan. Juan pretty much told Robyn, be the bigger person. But Robyn can't be the bigger person, and she hangs up on him. Mind you, she was asking him why his FaceTime didn't work, and he said he didn't know. This is the thing about Robyn and Juan. I would respect Robyn so much more if she would just be like, yeah, he cheats on me, and I'm okay with it. But this continuous, like, to, like, hold up this farce, like, yeah, you know, he deletes all his messages. He deletes my messages. That's what she said on Watch What Happens Live. And the funny thing about it is, she got moded on, shouts out the Rocks, because she always says moded. It's Rocks. But Robyn got moded on Watch What Happens Live because they did a poll. Because you know how Robyn said what Candice has done to her is unforgivable. And she was like, the poll was like, do you agree? And like, I think it was like 64% said no and like 36% said yes. And her face was like, oh. And I was like, yeah, because how can you say what Candice has done to you is unforgivable? Is it messed up? Because I'm of the belief two things can be the same. What Robyn did to Candice in Miami, I would never be friends with Robyn after that. When you try to embarrass me, like the way Robyn embarrassed Candice at that table, bringing out that speaker, if I was Candice, I probably would have tried to sock Robyn in her mouth. And I'm not even someone that believes that, you know, you got to put hands on people. But embarrassing me will get a very visceral and low-key, you will get a very visceral and physical reaction out of me because I don't like the feeling of embarrassment and I don't like being embarrassed. So that for me, I would not be friends with Robyn. Like, me and Robyn's friendship, like, I wouldn't have cared what happened to that lady. I wouldn't congratulate her getting married to that man. I wouldn't care about her business. I wouldn't care about him losing his job. Like, I wouldn't care about Robyn because we supposed to be friends. And if you had an issue with something I said on live, you could have called me and had a conversation, but you didn't want to do that. You wanted to publicly embarrass me in front of everybody. So it had been like, oh, F you and your family and your mama. That would have been my energy. I wouldn't have been friends with her. Candice still wants to have, at this point, still wants to be friends with Robyn. And she's sending mixed signals because I do agree. You can't speak negatively about somebody online. And then you can't speak negatively about somebody online and then text them like, oh, are you mad at me? Yes, girl, she mad. That's why you didn't get a response. And the moment you didn't get a response, you should have just dealt with it and pushed on and realized your friendship will never be. But also the issue is Candice is going at Robyn the way she wants to go at Giselle, but because Giselle won't engage with her, and also because Candice is doing the same thing Giselle is doing, where she's not speaking to her, and she's acting like Giselle doesn't exist. She's getting her frustrations off on Robyn. Because at least Robyn has enough balls to have conversations with Candice, in my opinion. But she on the phone with Juan. Juan act like she... Juan be playing in that lady face. And so then the other ladies come out to her. Like, I think it was Mia, Ashley, and Giselle. Giselle basically telling Robyn don't engage with her. But the fact that Robyn was crying lets me know that whatever Candice has said or liked about Robyn really hurt her feelings. So you can say you don't care, but clearly you care because you crying about it. All right, y'all. So they leave. They leave the restaurant and they go to the drag show. That is what they were doing for Karen's birthday. It wasn't all of that. I mean, I love me a good drag show. I'm not going to lie. Like, I am an avid watcher of RuPaul's Drag Race. I actually had to fall out. I fell off. Like, I feel like I stopped watching, like, after season 13. It was too much. Like, it was so much going on. I think you had, like, All Stars was happening, then the new season, and then, like, I had planned to watch Drag Race, like, the Philippines or the Thailand one. Then they had Drag Race Down Under. Then there's a Canadian one. Now there's a UK. It was too much. I was overloaded. I was like, I need a break. But I do think Sasha Colby should have won season 15 though. Okay, Sasha don't play. But the thing about it was, like, season 15, I knew Sasha was going to win. They was not going to let someone who is, like, a legend in their community not make it to the top 3 and not win. But also, Sasha delivered. So I can give a clear-cut winner. Like, if you deliver, you deliver. But, so I enjoy drag shows. A YouTuber you should check out that does reviews on Drag Race is Maddie Rants. I'll put his information on the screen. His last review for season 1 was like 3 hours long. I really enjoyed it. Mainly because Maddie knows so much about the history of drag. Like, he used to do, I think he used to be like a drag dancer or a backup dancer. But also he now does drag. I think his name is like Piece of Cake or something, or a Piece of Cake. I don't think I'd be saying it right. But on his channel, he what's it called? He's just very knowledgeable about drag. Like, he can tell you why a certain queen paints their face this way because down south, that's how they do it. Or, what's it called? Paints their face this way. Or, like, up north, this is why they do it this way, or this is why they're this, or these are where the fashion girls are. Like, so I enjoy his commentary about Drag Race. So definitely check out Maddie Rants. But they're at the drag show. They decide to do, like, a catwalk thing. Nneka is a hater. Like, I kind of like, there's a piece of me that kind of likes Nneka, like a little bit, but she's a hater. And one thing that I like about Mia is Mia gonna always give somebody they tens, because I feel like someone said, because Mia grew up in that stripper lifestyle, some of the girlies are girls. They know a baddie when they see one. So Wendy is the one that walks out first. Now, her walk looked pedestrian. Like, it wasn't, but it's a drag show. They having a good time. Nneka's on stage, like a lot of people pointed out, dressed like Dora the Explorer, doing thumbs down. Like, boo, boo. Even though I'm like, girl, her outfit's better than yours. Her makeup's better than yours. Her hair is better than yours. Just why not just have a good time? Just clap for the girl. Like, and if you, even if you don't want to clap, just don't do nothing but to make yourself look like a hater in front of all them people by going boo. And she thought she was gonna get Mia to like boo too, but Mia was like, girl, and then she did a thumbs up because Mia low key likes Wendy and Wendy low key's like Mia. But even when the whole Deborah situation happened, Mia was in her confessional being like, Candice and Wendy are like 7s and 8s. Like, and Deborah not cute. And I was like, she, even when she was having beef with them, she could at least be like, girl, no. So I was like, Nneka, why are you making yourself look like a hater? Like, people already don't see it for you based off of this storyline. And now you're on here going, like, sometimes keep the hate inside. Don't let it overflow. But that's how the episode ended. Karen getting smacked up on the butt. I think she fell on stage. They had to help her up. And then we're going to be back in the DMV area. Thank God. But that's how the episode ended. So yeah, like I said, that was the end of the episode. Make sure you comment below. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you heard. Subscribe if you like what you heard. But also remember to be bravely authentic. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.